Chi-Chi the best. Oh, I'm glad that's the first first chat of the stream. Hello, sheep. How you doing? 1 second, just trying to. I had to like get. This is the first time I've done one of these, so I was trying to get all this stuff set up. I have a few different things we can do for this. I think it'll be fun. I love the first message on an HSR streams about Genshin. I'm not surprised. I feel like there's a lot of intersect between all the different games. Right. Let me go to my gameplay screen. Drink of water. I wasn't even gonna do this today, but then I was like, I kind of want to. I don't know. I'm drinking this. I have another water to drink. I'll drink it next. Oh, okay. So, I wanted to just like, I just wanted to like kind of talk about everything because like this is kind of like the craziest story patch ever. I feel like when I'm reacting first time like on the stream like yesterday, I just feel like I can't like really give a ton of thoughts on things. One of the biggest things I wanted to go back and rewatch was like the Asat Pramod stuff, but there's a lot of stuff we could go back and check. But also what I thought would be fun was we can read the Furbobo magazine thing because apparently there's like a lot of like funny stuff in there about like Asat Pramod. Also, I was thinking we could read the we can maybe read like the relic lore too, because apparently like there's a lot of stuff about him being like icy and stuff. So, which I didn't even catch on playing. I didn't even like really realize that he was icy until like after, and I like kind of like saw some posts about it. I was like, oh my god, wait, yeah, he was icy, wasn't he? Like that's what they were alluding to. Things I don't catch when I'm going through the first time. It's always like that though. Like there was so much stuff in 3.7, which was like my favorite patch, that I just didn't realize until after I like looked at stuff on the internet and I was like, oh wait, what the hell? Like all of this happened. That's why I made the Cyrene flowchart, because I was like, I think I need this for myself instead. Like I think I need this flowchart for me. Yeah, that's why he's Himiko's mentor. Yeah, it makes sense. It makes a lot of sense. Like everything kind of clicked when I saw. I'm like, now I need to make an Asat Pramod flowchart. I need to make a flowchart of like everything he did, like from the start when he was en route all the way to the end, because like honestly it's like super interesting. But let me watch this, because yesterday when I was seeing this part, I feel like I was just kind of distracted by the fact that he was here, and I always like catch things they say when I'm watching it a second time. So.
Gray-haired boy.
But this part is the one I really want to just watch.
Her token in hand.
You can hear it, right? Yeah. Okay.
What is it that you desire?
This part was so good. React to my own VOD.
I don't quite follow.
Maybe I will. We'll see. This is what David always does for his reaction or his discussion streams. He just uses the like whatever it's called, whatever, like the people who upload like the entire thing just without any commentary on it. This part was so good because I did see this coming when it was happening. I was like, oh shit, it was him, wasn't it?
Me, of course.
Oh god. I was so distracted by him just being here finally. I want to like listen to his dialogue again. I will say, like, Star Rail, wouldn't you say, it's in the title, it's called a walkthrough. I will say, hang on, I don't want to like interrupt him. I will say, like, don't you think like of all the villains in Star Rail, like his dialogue is like the most succinct? Like I feel like, you know, everyone always like, I think all the other villains are great, but I feel like a lot of the villains like have memes about them for a reason, because they like yap forever about whatever their goal is, and he's just kind of like he just kind of says what he's feeling. I think he might be my favorite villain in Star Rail.
We both enjoy.
He's somehow the most normal villain. Hang on, I love that because they reference how much he loves dropping an uninvited, and that is very like in line with misfortune, huh?
Okay. Uninvited. The reunion after
the music in this part, I remember saying how good this music is. Like I haven't looked this up yet. I'll go look it up after. This is his theme. This is such an amazing fucking villain theme, man.
Years. Graphia.
It sounds like something out of like Risk of Rain or something. It's so good.
Asat Pramod.
Finally show yourself, Lord Ravager. That's what I said, at least.
No, no.
Oh, I get to see what else I could have said.
Far more than just arch nemesis.
It's kind of funny that he, like, picked up two different red-haired girls
Heritage.
and, like, raised
What
them.
you heard was only half the story. 1,000 years ago, amidst the ruins of a Hautopia, I found a baby girl on the verge of death.
God, I hope we get to go to, like, the map where, like, the Express crashed. That is what I want, I think, is a thing for redheads.
Aha heard an infant cry and burst into laughter.
I love how he says right here, he's
Too
like,
bad
yeah, I never got the
did
joke.
get the joke.
Like, this guy who's, like, saying shit like, what did he say, like, the popsicle that melted, like, he lost his cool or whatever, but he doesn't get the joke about, like, the baby crying.
So I came up with a much better one. I infused that child with the power.
Yeah,
of
so something I saw.
destruction.
So remember how we were talking about like Firefly's cracks looking similar to Himiko? I think what it might be, someone made this, like, someone said this theory, I forget if it was on Twitter or not, I forget where I saw it, but someone made a theory, hell, it might have been the Discord. Someone made a theory that the reason is that, like, when someone turns away from the path that they've, like, been, like, basically, like, born to be on, like, he infused her with destruction and she turned away from it. Firefly was, like, born to be propagation and she turned away from it. Like, it's kind of interesting. Like, maybe that is just what entropy loss syndrome is, like, you losing entropy because you're turning away from the path you're, like, supposed to be locked into.
Giving her the rebirth of a Void Ranger. I taught her.
Like, she was a
to
Void
paint
Ranger.
monstrous beasts using the
Like, I
light
would
of
imagine
Gracia's
any Void Ranger that, like, so that's not a theory, they literally say it. Okay, well, anyways, I know they say, like, the way to kill an Eon is to get them to turn away from their path, but it's just interesting because, yeah, like, she was essentially just a Void Ranger. Like, I know she doesn't look like one, but she was just a Void Ranger, and she turned away from that path. And I guess, like, any descendant of her would have also been a Void Ranger, also turning away from that path.
all to carry out the Legion's divine will. Graphia, your name was your
I love this.
commission. To paint
Her name
the
being,
world
like,
and
carve a trace of
our
lasting glory.
just before the world meets its destruction.
It's interesting because they talk a lot through this patch about, like, beauty and how it's, like, a fleeting thing. And I think to him, like, destruction is beauty. Like, it's like a fleeting thing, like, to quickly carve a trace of their lasting glory, and then, like, the world is destroyed.
You were doing so well.
God,
Right up until
this has
you
got to be my
saw that
favorite.
express
This has got to be my
crash.
favorite villain monologue
Gave you
in the
ideas,
game.
Graphia.
Sorry, Lycus.
Unrealistic, foolish
Your allegory of the cave
ideas.
is just not as cool to me.
Since that day, I have had nothing to do with you or your destruction.
Which, that's, like, not
Your
possible.
failure began the
right?
moment you tried to destroy the Express. All you did was turn the spirit of the Nameless into a rallying cry for rebellion.
I wonder if I'm, like, starting to wonder if, like, because I know we say, like, the train was possibly just totally imaginated, but I wonder if, like, I wonder if even then, like, because the fuckery of paths, like, I wonder if they still, like, did, like, gain the power of the, like, the imaginated train did gain the power of the Trailblaze. Like, I wonder if they'll still just go back to it. Because, like, I don't think they want to just, I don't think that the train will just get erased and they'll go to the old train or anything like that. Like, I mean, that's where, like, our pom-pom is and stuff. So I feel like we're going back to that train no matter what. But maybe we'll take, like, maybe we'll take pieces of it with us, or maybe that's what the mech is.
I took the power you forced upon me and used it to save the innocent. You commanded me to record the end of worlds, but instead I created a sanctuary.
So, you think putting on a human mask makes you one of the Trailblazers? How amusing.
I wonder if that means she, like, used to look like a Void Ranger after all. He says human mask. Something I'm really interested in is that, okay, hang on, I'll get to that in a bit. It's not in this cutscene.
Look at yourselves.
I'm, like, already getting ahead of myself.
Weathering curse is still eating away at you and your kin. It is the inescapable.
Yeah, I mean, I guess they do
price
say it
for
right here,
being a
yeah.
child of
But
destruction.
even though they say it right here,
Dares to
I think it's cool to, like,
betray our
compare it
fate.
to Firefly, because I didn't think about the fact that, like,
World and
Firefly also
canvas,
betrayed her
a
fate.
total disaster. Yet you still tried to dress it up as a victory. Do you know why I haven't spared Ahatopia a single glance for an entire millennium? Because you bore me.
I wonder why he says that, because he literally did come back like 15 years ago now as Ryusuke, but
things have changed. Someone far more interesting than you has returned. And unlike you, she is the real deal. A genuine nameless.
I saw someone say that it's possible.
That is why I have returned. Simply to tell you all this.
He came back not for Himiko, right? I think it's interesting. I saw someone say he says she's dead, but they pointed out like how would he know the real Himiko is dead? Because like, you know, he wasn't here when this happened. Like he wasn't on the planet when the I mean, at least we don't think he was. Not as Ryusuke, at least. He wasn't there when like the last Phantasm Games was happening. So like what if the original Himiko, like what if her wish for winning was just to transfer her entire consciousness into the imaginated Himiko? And maybe that's why the imaginated Himiko doesn't even know anything about this. Like they don't know what he's talking about when he's like calling her a fake and he's saying the original one's dead and all that. She doesn't seem like surprised that he knows it. She seems like you're lying, like that isn't true. Genuine nameless is Himiko.
I've had my fill of this drama. Now, I'm dying to see how your face handles my fist.
I really want to see the cutscene again where they fight.
For 1,000 years, I have painted them over and over again. Every innocent life you extinguished during the Sin Earth Age.
It also is kind of cool that like her
Tell
entire
me,
purpose was just to
Asad
paint everyone she
Are
like
you
kind of helped
prepared to
kill.
face their
like
fury?
that's why she painted all these
More
people.
important things to do than linger here. But this little parting gift of yours.
One of three possibilities. He checked she's dead. Listen, I do think he checked that she's dead. Like I guarantee the real Himiko's body is like dead and gone. But like I don't know if he knows that she couldn't have like transferred her consciousness or whatever. You know what I mean? Or he killed her himself, or he's trying to emotionally destroy them. I think it's the last one, probably. I think he's trying to break Himiko's spirit. I think you might have even been the one to say that, Sheep. I don't know. I'm losing track of who said what anymore. Like I said yesterday, every time I find new pieces of lore, they just enter my like database. Like I don't think by any means I am like the most knowledgeable on the lore of this game, but I always am like eating up everything I see people say and trying to like connect the dots for myself.
Why not let them have a taste instead?
I love the little bow he does. Here we go. I want to see this again. This is so awesome. I didn't realize at the time what his power was, but it's kind of sick that he can just like find the one path to victory. Like he's just dancing on them.
Is it over?
I love this part. So he's basically just like trying to see all the... Yeah, such a clean strike. When he says 1 in 10,000 chance, I thought he was talking about them, but it's for him.
But the odds of success are 0.
Hey Stone, how you doing?
The restraint check failed?
A 1 in 10,000 chance. The moment I cast the dice, the outcome is fixed.
Damn, that's like so cool. Like he literally didn't have a chance of winning there, but his power just lets him.
Protagonist. It doesn't suit you.
Damn. He even calls us protagonists. I thought it was really an interesting... It was a really interesting decision to keep Raphia alive. I kind of felt like this is where she was going to die. You know what I mean? Oh, wait. Okay, interesting. A 1 in 10,000 chance for the restraint to fail, like Silverwolf's restraint check. Okay, well, I mean, it's still kind of what I was saying, but like, yeah, no, I guess it's like specifically that. I gotcha. A 1 in 10,000 chance for Silverwolf's thing to fail. That's why she's so surprised it failed. I gotcha. It is really, I love characters that can control luck. The one that always comes to mind, especially for bad luck, is Crow from Ruby. He just like has misfortune all around him. So like when you're fighting him, you'll just get unlucky. This is a little more like controllable, it seems, which is kind of cool. Like I kind of like that he can control it. We won't watch the fight again. I will say this theme is awesome. Her theme, I have listened to it since. It's pretty damn cool.
We must force her back to her
It might be my favorite of the, well, hard to say. Full Wish's theme is really good. And Sparksy's theme is just monodrama, but like in a boss theme format. So it is really awesome. I wanted to look at this, I wanted to look at this again. I wanted to look at the final cutscene. This might, hang on. My friend saw this and said, I'm a sop for mod because I steal everyone's luck. Oh, I didn't see you got Orphe Sig. Nice. Good job, Stone. Good. Nice. I'm still debating if I'm going to pull her or not. I've been so burned by my ZZZ pulls, I might just save. I need so many people in 3.0 if the rumors are true, so. I think I'm more on wanting Yesh and Velina and maybe Norma if Billy needs her, but we'll see. I still haven't decided. I have 2 weeks to decide, so. All right, I want to see, yeah, here's the part where he says Himiko is long dead. Yeah. I don't know. He says this, but I don't know if I think you're the one who said this, Sheep. I agree that I think he is trying to break her spirit because she immediately responds to this with like, "You're lying," basically.
The stars really were.
I mean, she doesn't respond to this, but she responds to something earlier, I think.
Just as the trailblaze will always converge with the destruction.
That's an interesting line. I don't remember him saying that. The trailblaze will always converge with destruction. There's something I want to read, but we'll get to it after. I want to see. This might be my favorite cutscene in the game, just because of. I mean, right now at least. Maybe it won't be later on, but while we're in this cliffhanger phase, look at Himiko's right. Yeah. The crack. I did see it. That was something interesting, and now I realize. I wonder what. Why would she? Is it just from her? I assume it's like. Hang on. Let's go back to where Himiko normal was here. Okay, she still has the crack. I wonder if she did transfer herself into her Imagine. Because it's weird, our Himiko doesn't have it. So I wonder why this one does. I wonder what our first path was. Yep, it's true. It was destruction. It was. Our first, was our, first gaze. I think Nanook, like, has respect for the Trailblaze. I don't know if he does, but I kind of think he does. Kind of, I take a lot of my theories about Nanook from how Finan acted in Amphorius, and Finan kind of had only respect for the Trailblaze and like no other paths. And even Asat Pramod like loves the Trailblaze. I'm pretty sure. Like I'm pretty sure Asat Pramod only stopped because he like witnessed or he like was close by when I was just talking about this with people. He was like close by when Nanook like ascended. And I think that's like they say in his relic set, like whoever replaced him, I forget the name of the next navigator, but they say like, I wish I could know like what it was that made you get off at our next stop so quickly. I think it was that. Like I think it was funny because he went Trailblaze to destruction, we went destruction to Trailblaze. So, but I do think the destruction like has some respect for the Trailblaze because I think the destruction is like a lot about like destroying paths as a concept. Because like a lot of them are just so like bad for the universe and like corrupt, but I think the Trailblaze is one of the most pure ones. Like it's not really bad for the universe at all. Like we kind of just go from place to place saving everyone. So I feel like it's like not one that like Nanook would hate. Though I think Nanook is still planning to wipe it out. But God, I love this cutscene, man. There's so much in this cutscene I love. I love when she says right back at you.
You really are a fake.
Now that is interesting. I don't know what he means by you really are a fake. Because I don't know what he did. He just like shoots fire at her and it kind of like goes off of her.
Right back at you.
I love that line. Right back at you.
You really are a fake.
Right back at you.
Like that's such a good God. Chia Court. What is that her name? Chia Court. God, what a good voice actor. I love every time she has lines. It's so good. I love this when he like appears to everyone.
Once I beheld the Astral Express rise again towards the stars.
Since then, you have known 15 long years of unbroken peace.
And I wonder why that has anything to do with it. Like I wonder why him seeing the Astral Express rise again meant that they got 15 years of peace. I wonder if something that, because Himiko even says like she promised to return after 15 years, like a promise to a friend or something. So I wonder if it has something to do with that. Now this part is interesting. This part is what I think is so cool. When he says, oh my god. The fact that we get to see the mech, like it's at the last second too. Like, God, I'm so excited for next patch because this is like probably the part that I'm the most excited about is when the mech just comes out.
It's been a while.
And he says this.
Friend.
Like, what does he mean, old friend? Like, to me, that has to mean this is part of the Express. Because who else would be an old friend except the very Express he was a navigator on, you know? There were like 10 navigators, to be more specific. I forget the name of him. Well, I'll go look after this. It's the one that came right after him, though. Maybe it's some kind of fire that tests if they're real or an imaginary. Oh, maybe. Maybe. He noticed at that point, like, that she wasn't, like, the daughter version of Himiko, basically. Here we go again, getting the ending he wants.
For 15 years it was I, Asakaman, who delivered every promise of beauty to this Arcadia in advance.
I do wonder what he means by this. It was I who delivered every promise of beauty in advance. What does he mean by in advance? We're gonna find out next patch, obviously, but I like right now I'm trying to think of like what it could mean. Like obviously it's got to have something to do. Like I don't think Himiko came back here just for fun. I think Himiko came back here because like there was a reason she had to, and I think she was like trying to convince us by being like, yeah, like come see my homeland. But I think there was a reason she had to come back here. Something Himiko did 15 years ago, like stopped Asat Pramod, I think.
Please indulge in these long overdue surprises.
Because I think whatever like he's definitely okay. I will. I've heard to read the description of the new set. I've heard there's like a lot of lore in it. But yeah, no, like I feel like why would he come back specifically when she's here? There has to be something to do with, I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm not good at predicting the lore things. You guys know this, but okay, hang on. Let me go to Star. We'll come back to this if there's more we want to look at, because obviously like I loved the blade stuff too and all that. But all right, hang on. Where is Star at? I have it open. Let me go. Where? There we go. It's so loud. This music, man. Okay, there we go. Yeah, we can look at this too. I wanted to look at the, hang on, this is such a loud, I hate this. This song is driving me crazy. Oh, hang on. Instead of turning it down for you, let me just turn it down for me. This song is gonna drive me crazy. It was playing forever earlier because I had this open in the background. I'm calling it's the Express. I think it is. I think you're right. The T-pose has me dead. Yeah. Okay, hang on. I want to read this one first. I heard this one's pretty funny. Introduction. Delighted to arrive at Plain Arcadia and bring destruction to you all. Please enjoy the impending apocalypse. Struggle with all your might, resist to the bitter end, and finally embrace a glorious death. You didn't actually fall for that, did you? To be honest, I'm not a fan of Archforger. He never replies to my messages. Even Zephyro at least sends me a cursory ... I love the idea that Zephyro is responding to his messages. Antilia's pretty cool. She always sends a bunch of stickers at once and says something snarky like, hey, Dicehead, stop spamming the work chat group with photos of your daughter. I don't know. I love the fact that he is like so insane that he like actually did like take up the role of a father, like seriously. Like I was saying, like, I don't think he does anything fake. Like, I think he throws himself into everything he does. Like, he's a very committed villain. Another warm and sunny day in paradise. Gazing upon the portrait showing the president's wise and noble visage, the Furbos couldn't help but wonder this. They could investigate and uncover intel on Asat Pramod before the boss did. Surely he would recognize their professionalism and be moved to tears and give a promotion. But where to find him? Just as the Furbos were deep in thought, knock, knock, knock. A series of strange knocking sounds shattered the silence. Looking for me? He just came to them. What do you want? When a junior's newspaper wants me as a guest, of course I have to show my support. Even if I'm just pretending. It's good to at least feign excitement. You are the very first newspaper in the entire universe to interview a Lord Ravager. That's so funny. What, no interview outline? No worries, I've already thought one up for you. Does a Lord Ravager scroll through short videos afterwards? Yeah, does a Lord Ravager use TikTok? How does Nanook calculate employee KPIs? He's so good for like an elation Lord Ravager. If you sprain your neck fighting the IPC, does it count as a workplace injury? The Antimatter Legion's latest recruitment policies. That's probably more Archforger's department. I shouldn't overstep. Like an actual corporation. Oh my god. He's a very committed actor. I wonder, yeah, it's almost like he was part of the, well, I was about to say he was part of the mourning actors, but he wasn't. He was part of the masked fools. But still, yeah. I mean, very good actor, and probably because of that. I feel so bad for Himiko. She never actually knew her father. I know, right? I feel so bad for her. It's so fucked to just take over Yusuke's like body, all just because he's like, oh, I wonder what it would be like to be a father. Like, that's it. There was no other like point to it. There's no ploy to it. He's just like, oh, it might be fun to be a dad. Like, I'll go try it. Drop the act already. I've heard that the Lord Ravagers eat children when they're hungry. You're here to silence us and turn us into Furbo Hot Pot, aren't you? That box in your hand, it smells so good. It's a half-price seafood hot pot from the supermarket. Been so swamped lately, I don't have the time to cook. So with this, I just microwave it and dinner ready. Lord Ravagers eat microwave meals too? How does he even eat? He has a Dyson hand for a head. That's the thing, the business trips are constant. Last time we were hustled to Amphorius to welcome some new hire who didn't even stick around and immediately switched jobs. Does that even make sense? Every time I get back to playing Arcadia, there's a ton of work waiting for me at the Academy. But I can't leave. I depend on Graphia Academy's medical insurance for my tendinitis treatment. Now that I think about it, neither Akavilli nor Nanook ever gave me any kind of insurance. Maybe being stingy is just something all Eons have in common. I feel you. The former president also milked our... They're like turning to his side. Would you be interested in working for the Legion? What do you mean he works for the Legion already? Selenova and Archforger are both hiring right now. I can get you in. Oh, he's interviewing them now. Okay. Could you elaborate on which overlord is best suited for slackers? Beep boop, you're so lazy, Furley. No overlord's gonna want you. How did this turn into you interviewing us? Yeah, I was confused. So looking messed up. What even is this post? I know, I heard this is pretty funny. I wanted to read it. Mr. Asatpramad, weren't you in a rush to get home and eat your hot pot? So maybe we should wrap up the interview here. No rush, the setup's all done. I'm just killing time with you guys before this show starts. So I love to imagine before he went out and like floated in the sky, this is just what he was doing. It's alright if you can't think of questions. Why don't we chat about everyday life? Hobbies, interests, that kind of thing. Got any consoles around here? Want to play around? Dude, you should tell Silverwolf. I'm sure she would love to play. Okay, then let me ask you something for real. If you hurt your neck, does that count as tendinitis or some kind of spinal problem? Okay, just tendinitis, I guess. Okay, here's a picture of him floating. By the way, I noticed he doesn't have his dice here, so I guess his dice isn't always on his head. Hot Potty'd love to see Chow Chow. Why does this sound like the stupid kind of story I would write? That's awesome. I love it. I love even with like the very serious story going on, I love that they are still fully like leaning into the elation in playing Arcadia. Like, that's great. The dice on your head, can you sleep comfortably with it? Easy, I just take it off before bed and everything's fine. I can teach you. What's your favorite food? You've really stumped me with that one, kiddo. When you've lived as long as I have, narrowing it down is no easy feat. The open... Okay, he's just going into... Hang on, let's... The open-faced cheese pie from Syracuse 3. Even the most discerning fool would keep coming back for more. I know a chef there with extraordinary skill. Half of what I know in the kitchen I learned from him. Then there's the meteor cake from the Ogle Ring. The baker Kasha is a gentle soul. Chatting with her always reminds me of Dolly, so he also knows Dolly. Which, okay, that to me, that means Dolly is, I think that means Dolly wasn't on this current Express. I think Dolly was on the old Express. I mean, I don't know, I think so, because they say she was, well, maybe he just knows Dolly. Oh yeah, he's Ryusuke, never mind. He knows who Dolly is. I'm stupid. The seafood noodles at the Kraken Tavern are my favorite in all of Plain Arcadia. So I guess Dolly did get on the Express with Himiko, probably. Chacho's trailer was just how I was hot pot with like Borisin meat. Yep. They even mentioned cheese. Did I write this in my sleep? This does sound like something you could write, Sheep. I believe it. The seafood noodles at the Kraken are my favorite. The owner of the Kraken was also one of the first friends I made after returning to Ahatopia. Oh, and Duo Mention City used to have this neat little snack shop. Their family recipe produced treats nearly indistinguishable from the desserts of ancient Benzai Tengoku. My daughter and I love them. Referring to her as his daughter is so funny. Sadly, the owner's son was killed by the Herald of Death, and no one was left to carry on his craft. He and I were close. During the holidays, he'd send sweets to the office, and I'd always bring him back a little something in return. Yeah, I have to remember he's like talking about his time as Ryusuke here. Ugh. Hang on. Oh my god, I just read this like in my head. You got so many friends here in Plain Arcadia, how come you want to still destroy it? Is there any contradiction between the two? Wouldn't destroying a world you once lived in with your own hands weigh on your conscience? No need to worry, he says. Oh, okay, I won't worry then. Thanks, Asaframod. My gym membership for the year has already expired. That's why he's destroying it? That's why it's okay? Getting entrance might be difficult with Graphia Academy gone. That's what he's worried about, is medical insurance. Oh my god. I mean, he's got a point. The daily life of a Lord Ravager doesn't sound so different from a regular person's, does it? That's kind of what I love about the destruction. They do kind of seem like, I mean, obviously they're fucking like crazy, serious, evil people, but like they also seem like they might just be like normal people, like kind of like the, in a way, like the Chrysos heirs. Like Nanook is kind of like the Finan of the whole universe. Like for all I know, they're really close because they all want the same thing. They all want the paths removed. They even mentioned insurance. That is happening. This is great. For me personally, getting promoted to Overlord doesn't really change my hobbies. In my downtime, I still read, game, take walks. Yeah, like see, they just take it as a job. But most of my colleagues are pretty shut in. Can you even imagine Zephyro kicked back in an ergonomic chair, cradling a cup of Immortal's Delight? Only Stelanova and Fentilia sometimes play a bit of chess together, have tea parties, things like, wow, so Stelanova and Fentilia are like the girlies of the group. And, oh, it's like literally what he says. Even Lord Ravagers can be a bit girly, huh? So they're like the girlies of the group. Asapramod's just like the shut-in. Well, not the shut-in. He's like the social gamer. Zephyro is like the shut-in. That's so funny. So do they chat about how to destroy the world over tea? No, because I just made that up. Okay, well, I don't know what's real. What have you been reading lately, Mr. Asapramod? Any book recommendations? Oh my god. He's a Fluffy Across the Blue fan. 100 facts about Alcavilli. Like I was saying, he does seem like he loves Alcavilli. I even picked up a Fantilia-inspired novel at Star Rail Fest and sent copies to my colleagues. Everyone rejected the package except Luxbane? Oh, okay. Luxbane's a Fantilia fan, I guess. Oh, looks like it's nearly time. Asapramod suddenly stands up, grabs his seafood hot pot, and gives the Furbos a bow. The young actors have finally taken their positions. I too must return to enjoy my remaining time with my daughter. The fact that he just keeps calling her his daughter is so funny. And with that, he spins his dice head around and vanishes from the newspaper office. Scared the fur off of us. Boss, we're filing for worker comp. Okay, hang on. I gotta remember if I can see. Okay, Mr. Meanie and Bro Meanie are definitely both him. Asapramod, just you wait. I'm gonna make a perfect dice roll. That's us. Who is this? Who's laughing prone? Get out. In the room where it happens. Was a Hamilton reference. What? Whoa, this post is blowing up. Gotta jump on the bandwagon. What do you mean you interviewed a Lord Ravager? Okay, this is Kuchiba. Citizens, please do not panic. Following the evacuation, or at least it's the Aberration Defense Office. I think I was standing in line with this guy at the supermarket earlier. Honestly, he probably does fit in with like just Plain Arcadia in general, because he probably just looks like an Imagine. At this point, I'm pretty sure he's not an Imagine, but he does just like look like one. Okay, hang on. We'll look at the other ones later. I want to read the relic set. As you can see, I haven't even like left this area. I've just been standing. Every time I've logged into Star Rail, I've wanted to leave, and then I've just been like, oh, this area is so beautiful. And then I run around it, and then I'm like, oh, look at the time. I have to go do something or something. So, okay, hang on. Inventory. Relics. Actually, I can just go to Synthesizer. That's probably easier. I don't know if I have a piece of all of them. Oh, wait, I went too far. It's this one, right? Where is the... Is this not where you see the lore? Oh, no. Is it in... Maybe it's in the... Never mind. Hang on. Characters. Relics. No, you're not using the IC set, though. I don't know. Here, just... Let me see if I can find... I don't know if I... Do I have pieces of all of them? Okay, I clearly don't. Hang on. Who do you think would win in a fight? Fantilia or Asapramod? I think definitely Asapramod. Fantilia seems like she's not very... Oh, duh, databank. I'm stupid. Hang on. Fantilia doesn't seem like she's very strong in a fight. She kind of seems like she's more about, like, planning and stuff in the background. There we go. Here we go. Okay. Backstory. Alright. As Navigator Icy sees it. Stargazing log 13045. Amber era blank. Target Akasha system echoing lands of Akoya. Let me use my controller. Easier for me to scroll down. Liquid metal life forms have formed an empire ruled by a central consciousness. Due to the memory retaining properties of the metal, this planet is capable of condensing and projecting three-dimensional phantoms of past events. Kind of like Gidahari. A treasured divine fragment supposedly records the deity who enlightened the Ekoyans. But if you ask me, this is merely a seed casually tossed aside by elation. Oh, kind of like the seed that got tossed to Silverwolf or whatever, right? Pitiful, primitive life forms, they have no idea that the god they worship is long past saving. Next stargazing log. Target Aura system, flavor source star. In this civilization where eating is equated with beauty, the more you consume, the more resources you obtain. To cram in more food, stomach expansion surgery has somehow become trendy among the locals. I love how in the world what do you mean so you have heard of the data bank? I love how in like our world, like people are getting stomach reductions, and in this world they're getting stomach expansion surgery. Akasha system, what is this? Genshin Impact? Oh, is that something in Genshin? I don't know enough of Genshin lore. To cram in more food. Oh, I already read that. I remember now, there was once a fool who bought a never-ending piece of flesh in the famine-stricken Oricians. Brought a piece of my god, I can't read. Brought a never-ending piece of flesh to the famine-stricken Oricians. So unsurprisingly, boundless elation turns people into beasts. Basically a system that stores knowledge. Oh, okay. Stargazing log. Okay, this is the one I wanted to get to. Observation target Adlevin. Because I remember seeing that he had observed, or at least like he had seen, not necessarily been there, but he had seen that Nanook like ascended. I witnessed the galactic arm crumble like fragile glass, countless stars extinguishing in silence as if embers in the wind. Like a painting, all impurities wiped clean, leaving only silent emptiness. Golden radiant flames cannot be gazed upon. Cannot be spoken of. Golden blood flames, destruction, birth, answer appears. So it's like getting fucked with by like the destruction. At that point, the stargazing logs come to an abrupt halt. That day also left an irreplaceable crack on the lens, and the light in the eye behind that lens dimmed completely. So something I had seen that I kind of agree with. I think that he wherever, I don't know where he was born at, but en route started out as a masked fool, and I think he became very disillusioned with the path of elation, and I think he then switched to, I don't know how many paths he switched to at this point, but I think he's kind of started bouncing around to different paths because I think he became very disillusioned with all of them. And obviously the last one he landed on was Trailblaze. And I think he was also starting to get, maybe not disillusioned, he seems to like it. But I think when he sees Nanook ascend, when this new path of destruction comes into the universe, he's like, oh, I want to go to that path. I want to destroy the paths. Like, that's what I want to do. What do you think he'd be if he was playable? Elation or destruction? Ooh, that's a good question. Probably elation. I feel like that fits him more. I feel like that's like his original path and he kind of strayed away from it. Which is interesting because I guess what I was talking about earlier with how like it seems like when you stray away from your path that you're like locked into, it seems like that's when you like start to break down or whatever. But I guess it doesn't count if you like went on the path yourself. Like I'm assuming he picked up a mask at some point and that's where it all began for him as en route. Okay, hands. Every time he told a joke, he'd spin that ring of his as if that die held a million wicked ideas. Even on the day Akavili disappeared, he had the mood to make jokes. He said, what's the most important lesson from Akavili? Always buy insurance in advance. Get yourself covered. Okay, so even here, I'm glad we looked at that thing first, because even here he's worried about insurance. Get yourself covered and we keep on trailblazing. But why couldn't he laugh at his own joke? He does seem to like have lost the ability to laugh. Like for all the times he tells jokes and stuff, I haven't seen him laugh yet. Like, has he laughed once in the story? I don't think he's capable of it. From the As I Saw It joke collection, compiled by a certain nameless. I really love all this, like, trailblazing lore we're getting. Everything has gone to hell, complete chaos. 3 nameless left the day before yesterday. Yesterday, 5 companions fought over the candidacy for the next navigator during a warp, and a few others tried to dismantle the Express's core engine and take it away. Guys, What the hell? This is not the Astral Express I know. Today, a murder on one of the cars? Finally, the navigator assembled the Nameless. He invited us to play a game, a test of courage, to settle the race to become the next navigator. Oh, interesting. This is how he was going to try and see who he wants to become the next, because he was planning on leaving at this point. Every time the die spins, we would receive a random game mission, choosing between saving a comet ship on the brink of sinking, taking a 60% shot at winning a massive lotto. With 3 people stranded on a desert planet, try to reach the finish line on time with supplies for 2. At first, nobody took it seriously, but fewer and fewer Nameless came back from these missions. Those that broke the rules or lost the games, they all, no, Diary of a Nameless. Let's be honest, what are the chances he becomes playable? I know. Just so you know, I decided to put, it doesn't really matter, because for my tier list for ZZZ, I'm doing, like, characters, not just playable characters. I put Isolde at number 2. I think she's my second favorite character in that game. I'm so sad that they do this, that they make these peak villains and then they're never playable. It's so sad. Because, yeah, I would probably wail on Asat Permad. No joke. Mr. Icy. This is the one I've seen. Or I've seen, like, part of it. Mr. Icy, you were the one who led the Astral Express through its darkest days. I don't know if I can unite the Nameless the way you did. I don't have your charisma, nor am I as decisive. But I will do my best. If we ever meet again, please tell me what you saw when we approached that segmentum that made you step off the express without hesitation. Even after all our time together, sometimes I feel like I never truly knew you. Falcon, that's his name. Would I E6S5 him? Oh, no, I don't think so. E6S5 is going away. I think I would E6 him, though. E6 is going to be from here on out kind of what I do for anyone I really love. Unless they, like, somehow beat the top 5, but otherwise, I want my top 5 to be what's E6S5. Ignore the Evernight and Hyacinth, okay? That's just to make Cyrene even more, like, higher than everyone else. But otherwise, I think E6S5 will be something I keep, like... Because each E6S5 I take continues to... No, Firefly's top 5. I moved her back to top 5, at least. Every E6S5 I get just kind of, like, dilutes the specialness of E6S5, you know? I just saw you said, hell yeah, gambling. He does seem like he would use gambling to pick the next navigator. Yeah, she's E6S5. I'm fine with the fact that she's E6S5. She's my number 5 favorite right now, at least. I don't think I'm ever going to move her out of my top 5. I think if anything, I would sooner, even it's funny because right now I still have Silverwolf above her, but I think in the future I would sooner move Silverwolf to 6 and move Acheron up to 5. Meanwhile, me and David have her number. I was telling David yesterday about everything I told you guys about Himiko is going to be my number 2. Himiko, like, and he even, like, agreed. He even said, like, that's fair. Because I kind of, like, I appealed to the way he feels about Cyrene. Like I told you guys, like, Cyrene is special to him because that's, like, where he started his streaming, was, like, that was the first character he was hyped for. And that's what Himiko feels like to me. And he was like, that's fair. He was like, I need a Firefly to come save me with her SP. Because I was like, yeah, Firefly gets an SP. Like, that's definitely one I won't have higher than you. Like, you will finally officially like you'll like a character that we're both hyped for, like, more than me, you know? Like, I'm not trying to say, I'm never gonna, like, say to him, like, hey, I like Himiko more than you. But, like, the placement on the lists kind of, like, has to speak for itself. Like, he even says, he's like, that's another character you have higher than me that, like, I liked first. I'm like, I'm sorry, brother. I can't control it. I don't got it on me. And me too. Yeah, no, yeah, for sure. You also like her more than me. I love Firefly for Sam. You guys both know that. I love Sam. It's funny, though, because I think I genuinely like Himiko's mech more. Like, I know you guys don't know Trails too well, but, like, I want to show, actually. Hang on. I'll read the other two in a second. Let me go back to my Google real quick. Sorry, I'm also, like, really hungry. I haven't eaten in, like, 2 days. I'm on like a fast right now after my birthday. Hang on, let me find it. No, hang on. Tab this. Days Without Trails mentions 0. Hang on. Divine Night. There we go. Yeah, like, look at this. Nope. Hello. Oh, I have to do that. Okay. Like, look at this. Like, it literally looks so much like Himiko's mech. Like, I love this so much. I'm not actually a big mech guy, honestly. It's funny. I really don't like a lot of Gundams because a lot of them are, like, too rigid and they look like Transformers to me, and I've never been a big Transformers guy. But like, look at this shit, man. I've always thought these were so cool, and these remind me so much of Himiko's mech, rather, I should say, reminds me so much of these. And it doesn't even look like one of them. Like, it looks like its own one. Like, here's all of them together. Like, by the way, Sheep, you'll have to play through like 5 different Trails games before you even get to these. These are only in Cold Steel. There's like 5 different 100-hour games before you get to these, but yeah. And even then, they're not until like the end of the first game, so it's like really like 6 games. But yeah, man, I love those. I love the design of these. They're like and honestly, like I always say I love Sam because I like mechs. Sam is not a mech. I know we call him a mech, and Firefly calls him a mech. Sam is like a power suit. It's armor. It's like more like a Kamen Rider Power Ranger thing than it is a mech. This is a mech. Like, you get in and you're like the size of the head. Like, you're controlling a giant robotic thing. Like, Sam is like body fitting, you know? Like, okay, let's go back to Star Rail. I'll read the rest of this. And then I do have Star Rail lore open too. So I haven't even looked at a lot of the posts yet, so. Watch all the Astral Express. Wait, hang on, let me read the Bob. Being friends with you and Sherry guarantees I'll hear about Trails at least once per day. It's an amazing series. I don't know if I've said this. I'm sure I have. It is. I don't know why I said that. Of course I have. It's David's favorite game. Like, it is his favorite. It is to him what Star Rail is to me. It is his favorite series ever. He got me into it. He was freaking out about it so much that eventually he got me to crack and play it. And it's an amazing series. It's probably my like 3rd, maybe 4th favorite series of all time. Like, I would say maybe or video games. Sorry, video games. I should point out, not my favorite of all time. Everything. It might be like in the top 10 still though. But in video games, like, I would say like only like maybe Metaphor and like Persona are above it. And Persona is kind of biased because I just love that game so much. It was just a really important part of my like college experience. So, okay. Now we have the body piece. Navigator's Astral Chart uniform. Also, hang on. I just realized I didn't even like read all your chats. Let me read all the chats first. Watch all the Astral Express get a mech into that. I don't know if they're all going to get a mech, but it is really cool that her animations show them all going up there with her. I kind of hope we get a cutscene where all of the Astral Express gets to go on her mech and they all get to like fight Asat for mod or whatever. That'd be awesome. I'll get there in 2140. Oh yeah, I forgot you're immortal. I'll be dead by then, Sheep. I am like Blade. I do not want immortality. I'm gonna enjoy my one trip on this mortal coil. So you'll have to like send me a message wherever I'm like wherever the afterlife is about how you like it. What'd you get modded? Oh God. I was thinking the other day. I was like, hang on. I'm not on window. I might now. Let me just go over to Twitch and see what the hell got modded again. Yesterday, Sheep was getting modded for like all kinds of insane things. You got modded for saying favorite game. That is what it highlighted. It highlighted just favorite game. Why? Oh, you know what? I know why. Because the fucking bots always say, what's your favorite game? That's why. I'm so sorry, Stone. They always say, what's your favorite game? It's like one of their most important, or one of their most used like phrases that they use. That's why it's modded. I'm sorry. That paradise might be unreachable for you. Yeah, I know, because you're like never gonna get old or whatever, right? It's so funny. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Sean. What? Well, tell me. What is your tie for your favorite game? What are your 2? I'm curious. Is Zenless one of them? I know you care about that game's like lore a lot. I did like start reading this in the on HSR. Oh, okay. I honestly thought you liked Zenless more than Star Rail. Oh, okay. Well, hey, I love to hear that. Another like fan of Star Rail like that high. Because I think David has Star Rail. Okay, for games, I think he has Star Rail at number 3. I want to say. I don't think it's 2. I think he has Star Rail at number 3 because I think he has Trails number 1, obviously, and then I think he has Monster Hunter at 2. I could be wrong though, but I do think I've always seen Star Rail at 3 for him. Series wise, I don't know. He probably has a lot of like animes above it though, because he likes anime a lot more than me. I love anime, obviously. I talk about it all the time, but I am more of a game guy. Like, I've been playing games my whole life, so games are just like what I care about the most. So obviously it's the game stories that are going to be the highest for me. But there's some animes that are really high. Like, I think One Piece's it's a very long, but I think One Piece's story is very similar to Star Rail, and that's why I love it so much. And it's definitely in my top 10 series for sure. I did until 2.0. 2.0 was kind of 2.0, the Penacony patch, really? I think I loved 2.0. 2.0 was like, I was like not falling out of the game, but I was also in a way. Oh, ZZZ. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, I agree. I liked the last few patches, but I will agree that 2.0 was a little long and definitely the worst of the 4 I've played so far. The last 2 were really, actually the last 3 were really good. The Yuzuho one was great too. So they've definitely improved since that. But yeah, 2.0, it was like 1.6 and 1.7 were really, really good. And then 2.0 was like kind of mid. And then 2.1, 2.2, 2.3 were great. I think I've thought about though, and I don't think they're going up each patch. I still think 2.2 was my favorite. So 2.0 was during Amphorius, yeah. And wasn't it not only during Amphorius, wasn't it during like hype Amphorius, like middle of the summer, like when Amphorius was like kicking off really like strongly? Oh, you have Starrail at 3rd too, Sheep? I don't know why. I thought you had Starrail at 1. I don't know. I think it's because in Discord it says your favorite game is Starrail. What is your favorite, Sheep? Is it just Genshin then? I know how much you love Genshin. Or maybe it's like maybe it's not even a gacha. Oh yeah, you did tell me that. Shadow the Hedgehog 05, right. Honestly, that's based. I've platted a lot of the Sonic. Honestly, funny enough, that's like one of the only ones I haven't played, but I've seen a playthrough of it. So, but I've like platted a lot of the Sonic games. I just think they're fun. I don't know if I would say I'm like following the story in all of them super strongly, but I think they're a lot of fun. Minus Forces. Forces wasn't that fun, but otherwise, I think they're all pretty fun. And they have like fun enough stories where I'm like, oh, this is keeping me like engaged, I guess. I think that Sonic gets a bad rap in 3D. I think you just have to have a certain like kind of brain to enjoy it, which I do. I love the feeling of going fast and like trying to get better and better ranks and like not die and like perfect a stage. Because I always try to go for all S ranks in Sonic games. So, but you know, I think they're fun. So I respect that. All right, let me read this and then I'll come look back. In those golden years following in Akavili's footsteps, the Nameless swept across the cosmos like a tidal wave. They shared strong drinks on the frozen plains of Pagaseca, sang at the top of their lungs in the meteor belts of the celestial comet system. They raced, they roamed, the silver rails became threads of longitude and latitude, connecting civilizations once isolated from one another. There's another thing I was thinking was, there's the Astral Express we're on, even if it was imaginated, it's gotta have like become real almost, because we needed fuel for it. We laid Silver Rail to get to Amphorius and stuff. Like how would a fake Express do that, you know? He can still recall Akavili's silhouette, a figure that seemed naturally capable of pooling the trust of all the Nameless. Why is it that I seek answers, yet all I find is a life full of questions, he asked Akavili, for the confusion in his heart grew with each passing day. Akavili simply pointed to the distance where nothing existed, yet where all answers seemed to lie hidden. I do kind of love Herta, honestly. Herta, I know she's like obviously very erudition, but her line in 4.2 is very Trailblaze, because she's like, I don't need to give an answer. Like those that are following me will find the answer when they like, you know, when they arrive at it too. Like they'll find it laying at my back. I kind of love that. Like I kind of love like the answers aren't given to you in life. Like you find them by blazing the same trail, you know, by following the same path. He charted every world on those astral charts with his own hands. He remembered the story of each world. Time and again he set out with hope, joining his fellow Nameless to aid worlds in crisis. Yet he'd always discover that after the danger passed, as these worlds grew accustomed to comfort, they began chasing more thrilling pleasures, reveling in decadence, descending into shameful spectacles. The dense cluster of stars turned into tiny dots on the star map when they grew ever closer to the edge of the cosmos. There he witnessed the fall of the god of Trailblaze. That being who yearned to transcend the universe's end, to venture beyond the paths themselves, vanished from sight, leaving behind nothing but a small speck. Like, okay, I kind of like this. This is not something I'd read yet. Maybe this is why he likes the Trailblaze and why he likes Akavili, because Akavili is like kind of the and Trailblaze is kind of the good guy version of trying to get rid of paths. Because I agree, I think paths are bad inherently. Like I think we should get rid of them too. I just don't agree with nuking the universe to do so. But this must be why Asat Pramod was so enthralled with the Trailblaze, because he was like, maybe we can journey beyond the paths. But then he found destruction. He was like, no, this sounds like a better idea for getting rid of the paths. What was it all for? He wiped the tears from his eyes and laughed into the endless void, bile rising in his throat. Turns out they didn't have the answer either. Turns out this path leads to a dead end, so there's what he's like upset about. What a sick joke. Absolutely sick. The astral charts on the uniform remain resplendent, but the destination that endowed them with meaning no longer exists. It is really cool that he's just icy. Like, I didn't see that coming at all. Like, we didn't know much about him, but I did not see him being icy coming. Obviously, I didn't even realize it yesterday until after I played it. It was during 3.3, 3.4? Oh, okay, yeah, then definitely. That was during, like, peak Amphorius, like, Proi and stuff. I am very excited that next patch we're probably going to get our new Proi. I would assume at least, but I'm surprised you didn't really... I was a little too... I told you, when I play through the story first time, that was why I wanted to do a replay. Because when I play through the story first time, I miss a lot of stuff. Because I'm trying my best to understand, but Star Wars lore gets pretty complicated, and I'm just excited to see all the stuff come to, you know, come into view and connect, you know, like I guess the broader plot happening, you know, the stuff with the characters, the stuff with Blade, the stuff with the Astral Express, you know, that's like the stuff I catch on first watch. Like in Cyrene's patch, the thing I love most about the entire patch and the thing I caught the first time was all the stuff with Peach and Cyrene, and Peach like basically raising up Cyrene from like a seed that survived the Stellaron. It wasn't until like after I played that I realized what was happening at the end, where Cyrene like ascended to Fu Li. Like, I don't think I fully understood what was happening there until I like looked up like explanations afterwards. But yeah, sometimes I miss some of like the lore stuff. I just think my brain isn't quite like coded to like catch things like that on first watch, you know? Did Goldie die? Did I die? What happened? Did I die? So the Hyacinth and Finan patches? Wait, I hope I didn't die. Hang on. Let me make sure I didn't die. Oh, no. Oh, I'm okay. Hang on. Stream just wouldn't load for a second. Yeah, I just went over and it wasn't loading for me either. Is it okay now? Okay, it looks like it's okay. Huh. Weird. I don't know why that happened. It scared me. Did Goldie die coming out of nowhere? The Hyacinth and Finan patches. Yeah, that's like literally like the peak hype of Amphorius. Even if I think I've decided, I think 3.7 is my favorite patch. To be determined if 4.4 can surpass it, but 3.7, I mean, I say this so often, but I just love that we asked a computer, I mean, not we, Noose, I guess, asked a computer like what the meaning of life is, and it spit out Cyrene as the answer being love. Like, everything about that patch is just so good to me. I know some people have problems with it. My biggest issue with that patch is that they, it almost seems like Xiaoji asked ChatGPT to like take a sentence and turn it into a paragraph with like adjectives and verbs. Like, it's just insane how much stuff they say to get across a point that they could have said in one sentence. But otherwise, I mean, I still think the meaning and the point and all the stuff that came from 3.7 is just so good that it's got to be my favorite. Like, you could argue that 3.4 is more solidly, like, more tightly written, and it's a shorter patch too, so that probably lends itself to that. But the stuff in 3.7 means more to me. I've always kind of thought that like the meaning of life is love, because like I don't know what else it would be, and I've always kind of thought that. Like, I think love is such a abstract concept that we can't understand, that like that's got to be the point of life, you know? It's got to be the thing that moves humans to act like humans, you know? That's why I love Cyrene so much. You cut out for a second. I thought my internet died again because it keeps doing this at midnight. Oh my god, it's midnight for you. Oh, go to sleep after the sheep. Which doesn't want you to talk about 3.7. I can't say go to sleep. I woke up at midnight last night after taking a long nap, and then got on my computer and did all this stuff with like creating my logo, and then I went to bed at like 6:30 a.m. or something. Dolly, have you heard of shoes that take you wherever you're not welcome? Sounds like something a Sop Pramod would like. See, I'm wearing them right now, and that's how I had the pleasure of meeting you all. Wait, okay, so Dolly was on the original Express. Okay, that is one of the things confusing me the most. When Icy first boarded the Express, he performed his stand-up comedy routine every single night. He always started with the shoes. They were either cursed by Aha, or possessed by some unliftable magic. In short, it was all because of these mischievous kicks that he was dragged to places that didn't even want him. Icy. Wait, maybe he wasn't. Never mind. Maybe this is a story he's telling. I'm okay. I keep switching back and forth. You know damn well I won't sleep until 5 a.m. Yeah, yeah, I know. Icy, Icy, tell us more about these wild adventures of yours. The drunk nameless at the bar egged him on. Dolly let out a huff. When he first showed up unannounced, refusing to leave the express and pulling massive pranks on the passengers, it was her goodwill that convinced her to let him stay. Guys, this story is gonna blow your minds. One day, I roll out of my blue velvet sheets, and 1 second I'm drinking soda, the next these cursed shoes drag me on this insane sprint. I ran through an erupting volcano, dove into pitch black ocean depths, and shot up tens of thousands of feet into the sky. Cut to the chase already. So then I was dragged into the abyss. At first I thought it was a cesspit that stank to high heaven. But it was, oh, this is when he went to fucking the Veracities, when he went to Ouroboros. It was actually a massive maw lined with razor-sharp teeth. And then what? Then I rallied all my buddies, and we chucked a sun right into that giant mouth, and it goes, hot, 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 I'm burnt. So why'd you board the express? Dolly seemed to catch on to something and asked curiously. I told you, because the express doesn't want me around. You think we're idiots? Tell the truth or you're not getting off that stage. The young man on the stage smiled, his gaze fixed on the starry sky outside the window. You really want to know? A spark of hope rekindled in his eyes. Wait till I find the true edge of the world, then I'll tell ya. Oh yeah, he said he was going to the end of the world, didn't he? The timeline is confusing to me. I think that's what's confusing me the most right now, because you said he's Himiko's mentor, but Icy got off the express when, like, Nanook ascended. Did he get back on the express later on? It's just confusing to me. Alright, well, that was fun. I really like how much lore they gave for him. Alright, let me see. Let me go back to the Furbobos real quick. Anything else? Wait, no, this is not. It's the... Wait, no, it is this. Oh yeah, here we go. Why did it go to something else? In the year 1989, a terrifying demon king will descend from the sky. I wonder, oh yeah, that's right. This was like a prophecy, wasn't it? I forgot about this. So maybe I think there is some connection to him coming back 15 years later. Good heavens. Barely 18 hours after the full wish crisis ended, numerous strange figures appeared in the skies over various cities across Plain Arcadia. Oh, so multiple of him appeared in the sky? I thought it was just one over Dual Mention City. Like, talking to everyone on TVs and stuff. They have dice for heads and wear top hats. That's not a top hat, that's a fedora. Yet they have the audacity to claim they are the Lord Ravager Asat Pramad. This is beyond brazen. That's so forebodingly scary. Could it be that the prophecy in the year 1989, a terrifying Lord of Terror will descend from the sky, was actually referring to an invasion by a Lord Ravager? Everyone must be curious about where the supplicants went and what they did before the great upheaval. The wait is finally over. We have handpicked the questions you care about most from the comments and dispatched our fearless field reporters to interview the key figures, currently at the center of the storm. Here's a rapid-fire Q&A, okay. That's a Lord Ravager. Wait, oh, that's a Lord Ravager we're talking about. How did Customs even let him through? I don't think Customs is going to stop a Lord Ravager. Oh, it's us talking. Even if our opponent is a Lord Ravager, we still got a shot at winning, right, Baseball Raccoon? The Astral Express defeated Phantilia, and that counts as 1 victory. The Astral Express stopped Iron Tomb, and that counts as 2 victories. The Astral Express holds a record of 2-0 against Lord Ravagers, and that counts as 3 victories. I don't think that's how that works. The Astral Express has triumphed over the Lord Ravagers. They just keep going and going. That counts as 4 victories. If you continue calculating in that manner, we will end up with an infinite number of victories. However, we must remain cautious and handle the situation with care. I will live up to the expectations of everyone. I'm going to use my bat to teach this uninvited guest who is destroying our Arcadia a proper lesson. Everyone, please lend your wish power to me. I heard Baseball Raccoon went to the Inkford Hermitage Hot Spring Hotel, and I haven't been there yet. Was there a hotel review? Is it worth it? I was on a mission, not there to sightsee. I heard Graphia's soul is wandering around the place, so the hotel's haunted. But seriously, did you meet Graphia there? Yes, she's an incredibly talented artist. Never misses a deadline. Never behind on commissions. Makes revisions on the spot. Anyone in the industry knows how crazy impressive that is. I'll admit, she's super skilled at what she does, but the real question, did she give you anything? Like an anti-Lord Ravager weapon? March. God. Alchemical array that blankets over Plain Arcadia. What? Quantum tunnels across time and space. Oh, he's just making this up. Cryptic journals hidden in the basement. She gave me none of those. Okay. Why did you even mention all of them? You're not allowed to use the process of elimination to fool me. Is that Xianzhou fugitive who ate the Herald of Death's flesh still alive? Ultimate Blade Critic still alive. Who the heck came up with that username for you? Leveling solo. Silver Wolf made her ultimate blade critic. Made him ultimate blade critic. No wonder it sounds so internet savvy. Gotta hand it to the online legend leveling solo. I gave him 3 options, and he picked this one himself. For the record, the other 2 were I Can Still Die and Savor Paradise with Blade. I Can Still Die is so much better. So, did you manage to sort out the Shuhu problem? Ultimate Blade Critic. Pretty much. Justice will be served, and every debt will be paid in full. They are not going to survive this. They as in Yaosha, I assume. Ever thought about becoming a Galaxy Ranger? I love how Asheville is just always trying to recruit Blade. Stable job, free meals covered, and shit. Everyone's just talking about insurance, man. Maybe check the detective agency's bank balance first before you start trying to poach people. I heard the Stellar Hunter guy's skin turns dark when he fights. Genuinely asking, is this what they call going to the dark side? Whose shrimp kicked my butt? Baseball, okay, Ultimate Blade Critic Corrupted. That's the color of metal after it's been quenched at high heat. Oh, interesting. I didn't even know that. What does that mean? There's an old saying that goes, to forge iron, one must be strong. Does that mean you literally forge yourself? He kind of did, yeah. Maybe it's true. Maybe his true wrathful form revealed after he burned through all those old grudges. What is that picture of? I'm trying to see that. Oh, it's the boat, right? Okay. Does anyone know Lady Graffia's address? I want to order her some takeout. I think she likes sauced duck. What are you talking about? How do you know this? She's in the world in Canvas, way out of the delivery zone. Fun fact, I'm totally within the delivery range, though. Yeah, send me some sauced duck. That sounds awesome. Feels a bit fake. I'm not talking about sauced duck. I mean asking for addresses. Don't go poking your nose where it doesn't belong. Oh, it's Pearl. Wait, who's Terror and Fog? I don't know who that is. Plain Arcadia's prison cells are pretty cramped. Not a pleasant stay. Thanks for all the love, everyone. So Graphia is also on the internet? I like sauced duck. Wait, that's not her. There's no way she said meow, meow, meow. Hi, I'm sauced duck. Oh god. This has to be fake. The 2 words sauced duck have completely shattered my impression of Lady Graphia. Has nobody ever questioned whether this photo Graphia account is... Yeah, there's no way it's legit. What? It's a meow, meow, meow. I've seen tons of people saying, you go to Inkford Hermitage on vacation. You never want to come back. Is this for real? No way, they're just playing me, right? Who is little old me? Hey hun, we only provide end-of-life care and grand funeral services here. For team building trips or business partnerships, please contact Madame Pearl's assistant. Meow, meow, meow. That sounds like something you would say. That's why, I guess that's why you just said it after all. Not that people don't want to come back, but they can't? Who's been going around saying all this stuff? An imagined ancestor. They've got ancestors packed in like sardines in the can. Remember the Kappa? What's the snowman? I didn't see the snowman when I was here. I want to be Plain Arcadia's leading fashion guru. Anyone have any recommendations for trendy accessories right now? Get a mem headwear. You're guaranteed to stand out. Plus, you can never go wrong with loading. Oh, he's so right. I love March loading. It's Sparkly Rabbit and Fiery Shroom, of course. Go Sparks Heads. Come check out the live stream. Sheep, don't self-promo in the news. What are you doing? Hey, Ultimate Blade Critic, those wind and fire wheels of yours look pretty sick too. Do you offer free shipping on them? Nope. Okay. Epilogue, we welcome more submissions. Paraprints, time is running out, and the distinguished protagonists aboard the Fluffy are still busy defeating the Ravager. I guess they think we're just they're automatically assuming we're gonna win. Catch you on the next one. Being a combat journalist is way too dangerous. See you there. But wait, there's more. We'll be selecting 3 top comments from our readers to win an ultra-limited Graphia former residence commemorative item featuring genuine Cinderth Age craftsmanship. Okay. Oh, the Wish Power rankings. Okay, nice. Octopus Mask. Oh, Blade is number 2. Blade is number 2. Look at that. Good for him. Plain Arcadia really is written like I write the stories, yeah. They even put the promos I do. I don't know yet if it'll be my favorite planet. I think Amphorius will be a little closer to my heart at the end of the day. But this planet, I would be surprised if this isn't your favorite planet, Sheep. This planet seems like it's a planet you came from. You know, I'm happy for Sunday. He's in the top 4. That's like impressive. Wait, 7th place Fin Mask yet to be called? Is there a mask we haven't? Oh, Fin Mask is Pearl. Oh. Yeah, I guess she hasn't really done anything. Sparksy is 6. Poor Sparksy. Oh, Asheville is somehow above Sparksy. Since there's no fluffy content, here's a little raccoon I drew myself. If you like it, could I get a thumbs up? Baseball Raccoon's been ranked #1 for these 3 seasons straight. Guess no amount of hot air can shake true talent. Who was #1 at the end of the first one? It's been 4 seasons now, hasn't it? Have you not noticed the runner-up has caught up quite a bit with the wish power of Baseball Raccoon? I didn't see wish power like amounts. I just saw rankings. Am I a god? Why is the name Am I a God? That sounds like something I would say. The Nook with me. Working overtime has driven me to despair. How about the express crew just stops trying to save the world? I'm going to wish for a Lord Ravager to destroy everything tomorrow. Wait, no, don't do that. That might actually happen. I'm losing to the broke guy. They even put the promos I do. Does Blade still take on commissions for forging weapons? The design of a ruler blade. It is indeed quite a show. Evanescia, what are you doing here? You're supposed to be like asleep or something. Man. Okay, before we go, because I've been going for a while, honestly. Actually, hang on. Let me go back to the internet. I wanted to look at some Star Lore to see if there's anything in here that like I'm like, oh man, I didn't realize that. But I will say I'm like very hungry, and my head is like. Also, I had a basketball game today, so. Coincidence or not? Let's view spoiler. Aha sealed Ouroboros' body among the stars. Remember that Asheville was sealed inside Nihilex's office. Fragment of Ouroboros sealed in his arm. When coincidences pile up, they cease to be coincidences, Mr. Asheville. Huh. So they're saying like, okay, I guess they're saying like he's Ouroboros. This one doesn't have that many. Nihilex, you're nothing subtle. Okay, I don't know if I really got anything from that one. Assault per mod, motivation and story 4.3. Let's see. This one has 218 upvotes. Might just be stuff I've already seen. Seems like the game is indicating that en route, Icy and Assad are all the same. Yep, I knew that. I'm not gonna pretend. I'm gonna zoom in. This is too small for me. Okay. I'm not gonna pretend that this is some mind-blowing theory, as most people put it together, even without the game outright confirming it. Yeah, for sure. But I'd like to talk more about his motivations, as well as kind of put together the man's entire story. I would like that, because honestly, the devs have done a great job painting his character without even having him make monologues. I know, that's what I was saying. He doesn't really talk that much, and he's already like an amazing villain. I've seen a lot of people write him off as being a bad guy for the lols. Most of En route's story is told through a collection of anecdotes from the tavern, along with Sampo chipping in to help provide the backstory. There's a fool whose long list of accomplishments even includes somehow tricking the veracity. Kind of hard to tell if he defeated a remnant or something else. I can't actually. Yeah, I don't think he defeated an actual Eon. He was known by all, with Sampo saying En route was regarded as a legend. There's a saying that En route was always somehow finding himself in places he wasn't wanted. Regardless, En route eventually got sick of Elation, saying it has been dead for a long time now. They declared that they will find the true world's end, which I assume means he's kind of gone to destruction, right? Kind of a vague phrase. I think what he's okay. I don't think it's going to destruction. So I think what he's trying to do is find the end of paths. He's not literally wanting to see what happens when the universe ends. Okay. All right, we'll go to the next part. Icy. Icy was the legendary navigator of the Express who traveled with Akavili. There's an anecdote about a crew member asking Icy why he joined the Express. Yep, he simply laughed and replied he's not wanted here. Yep. Prior to the death of Akavili, Icy is noted to be an exceptional leader. We see in the relic set that he genuinely admired Akavili and fawned over them. I think it's because he thought that this was the way to find the true end of the world. Icy appears as someone who's lost in life and does not know what road they should follow to find his answers. To which Akavili responds that continuing the ever-going journey in itself will answer his questions of what is important. When Akavili eventually dies, Icy becomes depressed. That's when he says, "What a sick joke," or whatever. I think after Akavili dies, he doesn't believe in the Trailblaze after that point. Started questioning if the trailblazing would even help him find his answers, right? As time goes on, Icy becomes a little bit of a lunatic, sending out nameless members on ridiculous quests all at the whim of a dice. Gambling! Order fell apart as people in the Express never came back from their assigned joke, more like suicide missions. We can see from his diaries and notes that Icy strongly disliked elation. It's not that Icy hated the concept of being happy, rather elation isn't the same thing as being happy. It's about being excessive and pursuing hedonism above all else. He distastefully comments about various planets and how their pursuit of elation ended up ruining society. That's interesting. So he just thinks it's like basically the pursuit of pleasure and like the running away from pain, basically. Icy notes that when the Astral Express saves the planet from disaster, the populace becomes lax and almost all end up losing themselves over time as they choose elation. That's interesting, because we've also saved a lot of planets, and that's kind of scary to think like I don't think they are, but we don't. Like, what if they did? You know, what if like Belobog just started relaxing and didn't care anymore, and then the Fragmentum just ate them anyways? In the end, a bitter Icy decides that just like elation, trailblazing would never give him the answer to his questions of how to get to the end. Still iffy on this and would appreciate everyone else's opinion. I personally interpret it as Asat trying to see how an individual can distance themselves from the concept of paths. Yes, that's what I thought. Not just the literal powers and abilities of paths and their eons, but also an ideological level. As in, how can someone... Oh, that's interesting. Like, not just the paths in the game, but like, literally the ideals themselves. Live in a world where people aren't fixated about a specific concept. The reason I think so is because all of the other anecdotes in the Relic lore, Okay, I think they just messed up their typing. All in some form of shape point to some shape or form. I think they meant to say point to the idea that fixation on a specific way of living, aka paths, is detrimental to individuals and society. Icy uses elation as specific examples for why the system is messed up, but it honestly isn't that much of a stretch to apply it to all the other paths as well. We can see how Icy, Asat, en route jump path to path. Yeah, I don't even think these are the only 3 paths he was on. I think he went on other paths too, maybe. All in order to find a way to somehow go beyond the system. Main issue with my interpretation is it does feel a little hypocritical for someone to try and find a way to bypass the paths by using the paths. I don't think it does. I think he's trying to find the path that is going to have the highest chance to get him to the end of those paths, you know? But yeah, that was my best attempt. We see that his very last diary entry for Telescopes records describes his experience on Advillan. I don't think he went to Advillan. I think it's Advillan, by the way. I think he, maybe it is Advillan. He said it twice. Maybe I'm the one who's missaying it. All redacted, but the smallest legible text indicates that Icy found meaning on whatever was on I think he just found meaning in destruction becoming a path, like Nanook ascending, you know? And then we see that there are no more telescope entries. And it got cracked, and the eyes behind it were darkened, yep. And now Asat Pramod, which is his current self, right? He's on the path of destruction. He knows about the secrets of Ouroboros' remnants, being below various worlds throughout the universe, something that En route would also know, something that they originally dealt with the Veracity too. So no, Asheville got his shadow powers from Icy, which means Icy and En route have a connection. En route stole the shadow, Icy gave it to Asheville, which makes a lot of sense. I was wondering in the story, I was like, oh, Asheville got the shadow from the Astral Express. I was like thinking he just got it from it though. I didn't put together that Asat and Icy were the same person. I should have at that point. That honestly, a little stupid of me to not put that together at that point. That also hints he is familiar with the Express and even mentions Dolly, whom we know is a dear friend of Icy based on the Relic lore. Has Dolly just like lived forever? We see his nature of cruel jokes matching up to a down-spiraling Icy who sent his compatriots on suicide missions for joke. And seeing how both En route and Icy despise the elation kind of fits the whole theme of Asat. Okay, honestly, it was interesting. I don't think I learned much new. Kind of like a lot of stuff I already kind of knew, but... Old-fashioned calcs with Welt and his Einstein-Rosen bridge? Oh, when he like does his black hole to like save Yao Guang. That's kind of cool. We don't really see Welt use his like black hole very often. Oh yeah, that's right. They did show Icy in the Cosmodesy event. Damn. So this was what Asat Pramod like used to look like, huh? You prefer stability, exhibit gentleness towards others, and embrace life as it unfolds. You have the ability to be tolerant and empathize with the perspectives and emotions of others. Really? It almost doesn't sound like something Asat Pramod would be, but... You have faith and see the best in others, serving as the cornerstone of a harmonious environment. You're most alike to Icy, the Starseer. He's a mysterious navigator whose accounts in the databank have been frequently manipulated by history fictionologists. Interesting. It's now widely believed that Icy boarded the Astral Express towards the end of the Second Prosperity. His journey led him through the successive events of the fall of Akavili and the birth of Nanook, enduring some of the most challenging times, yet he remained steadfast in his commitment to duty. During that period, a number of Nameless left the Express. But now we know he basically killed them, and different groups following the Trailblaze were also embroiled in internal conflict. That's kind of cool that all this stuff was like kept the same. Icy was barely maintaining the connections between worlds. It is rumored that at one juncture, during the extensive and solitary voyage, the crew dwindled to just 2 members. Yeah, I remember they said this. However, this was closely followed by the heroic years of Falcon Amundsen. How do you say that? That's the guy who came after him. Icy left the Astral Express after stepping down from the navigator position. During the same period, the Omen Vanguards began to appear in the universe. Oh, I wonder who are the Omen Vanguards? I don't recognize that faction name. The battle of wits between Asat Pramod and Murata Himiko. Not as simple as it seems. To investigate the suspicions surrounding Ryusuke, Himiko invited him for a chat and accompanied him on a tour of the Astral Express. Ryusuke confessed that he was afflicted by the Weathering Curse while investigating the destruction and hoped Himiko could reveal the truth behind the Bloodstained Games from 15 years ago. I want to know what this is. Okay, maybe I'd go to the post itself. Let's see. This is gonna be like a long post, isn't it? Yeah. Oh my god. Okay, I'm gonna have to read this one on my own. This is way too long, and I'm like I gotta get off here. My like head is starting to feel like lightheaded. All this talking I'm doing. He was the father who had sown the dream of the Trailblazer in her. Following this, we can see Himiko suffer a psychological blow. Himiko, I want to believe he was lying. Sapramod also has an unclear objective regarding a true Nameless. Oh wait, what the hell? Image 8. Oh, well, I think it was Himiko. I think the true Nameless is Himiko. Battle of Wits has ended. Asat failed to achieve his goal, got his mask torn off by Himiko, and was stalled at the academy. He then shifted to a real physical assault. One notable detail is that Asat Pramod easily overwhelmed the other protagonist groups across all battlefields. When fighting Himiko, he had to use 2 elemental... Yeah, that's true. He didn't seem like he was just winning against Himiko. The younger Himiko is definitely... they think she's definitely still alive. The scene of Himiko sitting in a wheelchair from her Astral Express introduction trailer didn't appear in the story at all. At the same time, Himiko's reaction to Asat's hypothesis was very calm. I do think that's true. She seemed to say it was a lie, but she didn't get upset or angry or like seem like she was, brokenhearted. It seems like she knows something. I wonder if she summoned the mech or if the mech came because of Asat Pramod attacking her. Despite being riddled with illness, the younger Himiko tried her absolute best to defeat the Herald of Death, constantly telling herself that she ran away, she would never be worthy as a Nameless. She absolutely would not be a coward that collapses under the pressure of the starry sky. Oh yeah, the assertion that, yeah, why would she be scared of the stars when she literally stood up to the Herald of Death? That is true. I admire Himiko even more. True that. She was incredibly sharp, keeping the secret from 15 years ago hidden to the very end, right from version 4.0. At the same time, her iron will in the face of massive psychological shock that Asat Pramod threw at her left me speechless. Yeah, he did basically tell her, like, he's been her father forever, and she didn't, like, lose her mind. I see many people saying that Himiko's story this time wasn't touching. Really? But I think that's because they haven't fully grasped the hidden implications embedded in the brief confrontation between her and Asat. Huh. I thought her story was awesome. I think a lot of what he said is lies at the end. I'm starting to think so, at least. I don't think I don't think the younger Himiko is like dead. Or if she is dead, it's like physical, not conceptual. Oh, okay. Hang on. Let me go back to... By the way, this whole time I've just been... I guess... Oh, no, you haven't. Thank goodness. You don't have to listen to this. I've just been listening to this song the entire time. So my head is like starting to lose its mind. Oh my god, okay. I don't have to listen to the Furbobo theme anymore. I should have muted it first. Oh, I can talk to this? Hang on. Oh, it's just... Even from a distance, a chill runs down your spine as you look at it. Nothing to do with courage, it's pure instinct. Kind of cool that, like, there's an Eon down there. Like, have we ever seen an Eon before? No, I don't think so. Kind of sick. All right. I think it's time I get off. That was fun. I just wanted to chat about Asap per mod because I feel like there's a lot of stuff I didn't chat about yesterday while doing story, and I think that's like the whole point of doing a story discussion stream is for me to like kind of like get my thoughts in order on the lore and stuff. But Sheepstone, as always, thank you for coming. It was very fun to talk to you both, and I will see you guys maybe tomorrow. Depends on if I decide to do 2.4 of ZZZ tomorrow. We'll see. I think I might, but bye. Have a good night.